All honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching this word of truth and sincerity. And to you ribs, Jesus out there learning silence, staying in order. Right, so if you're coming across a bunch of, videos like mine and like-minded brothers, we have this app called, it starts with an O, ends with a Y, right? It's R to the D to the C. Put that together or look it up, right? And there's a documentary in there called Died Blank Suddenly. Man, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you gotta ask your friends or something, man. Or you gotta look this up. But anyways, it's funny how through the C19 and everything, there's been a lot of cardiovascular issues, right? So I just came across this news clip. We're gonna go through it. Local cardiologist outlines C19's impact on heart health. Now, when it first came out, it was supposed to be a respiratory thing, right? Had nothing to do with the heart, right? But if you watch that documentary, this will make sense. It'll make sense. I can't really go over a lot of things because they're gonna flag me, right? But we're just gonna read this, man, and hopefully, by my intro alone, you'll be inquired to search yourself, man. It says Falmouth, that's a place. After a recent spike in C19 cases in Barnstable County, a local doctor explained the impacts the virus can have on the heart. Dr. John Hostetter, cardiologist at the Cape Cod Healthcare Cardiovascular Center located at Falmouth Hospital, said the negative effects to the heart are typically seen in more severe cases of C-19. Dr. Hostetter said some of those effects seen hospitalized cases have included inflammation, heart fluid buildup, evidence of congestive heart failure, and heart rhythm issues. Right? They never said this in the beginning. The C19, the royal virus is not really new. It's always been a respiratory thing, man. Until people started finding out what it really was. Right? It says when asking if C-vid infections can lead to long-term heart risks, Hostetter cited a study in Nature. The study followed a group of people that contracted the virus during the first year of the pandemic. It discovered that the participant had increased risk for heart attacks and strokes. Where was this in the study? Why didn't they? If this was already known, they never told you until now, until people started finding out what's really going on. Don't be fooled. It says here, what we don't know is whether that continues beyond a year or if that was more short-term risk that fades out over time. Right? We're seeing a lot of athletes who are very active, fail, who are really healthy. Man, what I'm saying to you right now does not make sense if you don't look deeper than what I'm talking about. It says here, Hostetter said that C-vid jabs and reduce the risk of developing serious case of the infections, right? Which in turn benefit heart health. So they're saying that the jab helps this from happening, man. But we know that ain't, we already know. It says that should translate to less chance of arrhythmias, congestive heart failure, and events we're trying to prevent, he said. The cardiologist said that the first year of the pandemic combined several adverse factors like access to exercise, delay of medical care, and heightened stress, which all led to increased cardiovascular risk for the country and the world. So they're saying that because of the, that you have to stay home those years, a lot of stress happened and a lot of, people. But, there's people who are so young that they have no stress at all, man. They would love to be home from school. And there was kids dying from that. So that don't make no sense. It says to keep CVID risk low, Holster advised standard preventative health measures like exercising 30 to 40 minutes for 4 or 5 times a week, avoiding excess alcohol, not smoking, and keeping an eye on blood pressure and cholesterol. Come on, man. They're telling me that they was doing this research at the beginning and they didn't let the people know. They're just doing it now, all coincidentally. It says all those healthy lifestyles, things seem to dial in the direction of less severe CVID and less effective effects going forward, he said. Hosterer advised people to stay up to date on jabs and shots. He also hoped the people would not get discouraged when trying to form healthy habits this winter, stating even 1 to 2 days a week of exercise is better than no physical activity. He said, I encourage people not to get disheartened or give up because little steps can make a big difference. He is fooled. Right? I know people who work in the medical field, and even doctors were losing jobs because they didn't take the jab. Some people who were connected to the manufacturers of the jabs wouldn't take the jab. It is not even FDA approved. They're letting pilots get fired because they don't have a jab that's FDA approved, and they've gotten all of them. These people are about to lose their jobs, man. So they got to put that fake ass FDA stamp on something. And I had just made a video on the FDA and how they don't really check nothing, especially when it comes to babies and children. If a product gives them allergies, they will not remove that product or warn the people or put a warning on the label. They'll just keep putting it like it's good to go. So the FDA word means shit, right? Man, we're living in some crazy times, man. If you don't see it, then you're lost, man. You're lost, man. And I call all Yahweh Shem Yahushai for allowing me to see things in a perspective that I've never even imagined that I would. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.